This is a deck of Maverick playing cards that I got at the Dollar Tree for $1. So if you can get a deck of playing cards for $1, then why would you spend $100 on a deck of cards? We're gonna be testing this $1 deck of cards against a $10 deck of cards, against a $30 deck of cards, and we're gonna work our way all the way up to the $100 deck of cards. So this is the $1 deck of Maverick playing cards produced by the United States Playing Card Company. I've had this deck sealed for probably 5 years or more. So let's crack it open. There it is. All right, inside of the deck, you get a card that shows you all the powers of poker hands. 2 jokers. They are extremely stiff, not broken in yet. Brand new deck, so that makes sense. Not very smooth. As you can see, normally there's like an air cushion finish. So there's like little dimples in the card that keep them smooth. These are just completely flat, completely smooth. They stick together. These aren't very durable. Let's see if I can, ooh. Okay, if you just want to play poker, these are really good because it gives you the card that shows you every poker hand. That's definitely convenient. They do not feel very well. Something like that. $1 deck of cards. The $5 bicycle bluebacks. This is probably your most standard deck of cards. You've seen these everywhere. You might even have a deck of it. But this one does have the little dimples. That's the air cushion finish. This is United States Playing Card Company right here. It's their normal B stock, so their average paper that they mass produce. They cut a lot of these decks with the same blades. So nicer decks, they'll cut a few decks and then switch out the blades to make sure they're fresh. These, they cut a lot more decks with the same blades. The quality control on these aren't that high, but they are a lot better than the Mavericks, that's for sure. These are definitely a better bang for your buck than the other deck of cards. $5 deck of bicycle rider bags. Between $10 and $15, we have Theory 11 Unions, or really any Theory 11 deck. One of their decks is featured in the movie Now You See Me. They have a bunch of these in Barnes & Noble, the Star Wars playing cards, Mandalorian playing cards, Avengers playing cards. The difference between a $10 Theory 11 deck and a $5 bicycle deck is that Theory 11 not only is printed on a more premium, thicker stock, but it also has a better finish, a nicer, smoother finish. It's got a 909 rather than a 808 finish. Now, another reason why these are a little bit more expensive, not only is the tuck case a work of art, the cards all have custom pips, and let me find a court card, custom faces. These cards last forever. Hold on. This is another deck produced by Theory 11. These are the Monarchs. These were the ones that were in Now You See Me. I've probably had this deck, like I had to tape the bottom of it because it was falling apart. I've probably had this deck close to a decade, and the cards, they're still in amazing condition. Okay, so bang for your buck, not as much as a improvement from the $1 deck to the $5 deck, but I'd say it's still worth it. Now we're jumping from a $10 deck to a $20 to $25 deck. This deck dropped at around $20. Now it goes for about $25. This is the Virtuoso P1 deck. Now this is a little bit different from every other deck of cards I've shown so far. These aren't designed to go play poker with. These aren't designed for Magic. These are designed specifically for cardistry. Now what is cardistry? Well, cardistry is what I've been doing this whole video. It is the art of card flourishing, also known as card juggling. So anything that's really not necessary to do with a deck of cards to shuffle it is considered cardistry. That was an awful riffle shuffle. That's why the Virtuosos are so much more expensive, is because they are printed on a thinner stock. They're made for cardistry, so there weren't that many printed, but this is what, $25, give or take. gets you for a deck of cards. Worth it? If you really want to do cardistry, I would say yeah. If you're just looking for a deck of cards, like I said earlier, for like poker or magic or something, don't buy these cards for poker. Speaking of Virtuoso, Virtuoso is also our $60 and $75 category. So the deck I just showed you came out in 2021. This deck came out in 2016. This is the Spring Summer 2016 edition. Now these are a bit older, so they're printed on a older, thicker stock, but they are completely borderless. These are a lot older, so the older a deck of cards gets, the harder it is to find, especially sealed, and therefore the value goes up. And that's the same case with these as well. $75, $15 more than these. This is the Spring Summer 2015 edition. The only reason I think this is much more expensive than that one is because of the colorway. Everybody loved this colorway. This one is bordered though. It does have thin borders. I really wish Virtuoso came out with a borderless version of this deck. They did a few weeks ago, but it's not with the same back design. It's with the P1 back design and these colors, but it still looks sick. And I did not get these at launch. So yes, I did actually pay $75 for this deck of cards. For the $100 deck of playing cards, it is the Fontaine Glitch deck. This one has kind of defied everything I know about playing cards because it is not printed with the United States Playing Card Company, and it came out, what, 2 weeks ago? And I've already seen an eBay listing for $134. I got this at launch for $18. I got 2 of them. So why did this deck of cards increase its value by 500%? It's less about the deck of cards and more about the brand Fontaine. You see, Fontaine is a playing card and cardistry company based out of LA who makes designs like this, and this, and this, and this. These light up with black light. And this, and this. Can't even see that one. But the reason Fontaine skyrockets in value like that is because they're basically the supreme of the playing card world. They are the hype brand. This deck sold out the day that it launched, and it's not the fastest one that sold out. Their decks are extremely hard to get at launch, and therefore 99% of the time, you have to get them off of eBay. And people reselling them on eBay know that, and they jack up the prices, creating, I guess, false worth for the cards. It is still a good deck of cards. This deck right here is printed in some Asian company in collaboration with Room 1, the other playing card company. I don't like it as much as USPCC, United States Playing Card Company, but it's still nice. Now, the real question is this worth $100? Not as a deck of cards, but as a collector's item, maybe. As you can see, a lot of these Fontaine decks that I have are still sealed, not this one. I have not opened any of these four for that sole reason of them skyrocketing in value. So for me, these are collector's items. So in conclusion, this is the best deck of cards for all purposes. You can play games with it, you could do magic with it, you could do cardistry with it. I'd say this deck is the best for cardistry. You don't need to spend $75 on a deck of cards to do cardistry, and these are the best for wasting your money. If you want to see more card videos like this, let me know. If you don't, also let me know. We're trying to reach 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year, and I'll see you in the next video. Subscribe.